Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Happy afternoon, Ma'am Cass.
Mabuhay, Doris. Hi, our friends from Philippines. Hi, Ronald.
Hi, good afternoon, Miss Cassandra.
Good afternoon.
Nice to see you again.
Yes.
Is there a part two?
Part two. Yes. Mm.
Yes. Where is the learning? It's so good.
All right. So together with me is Bar, our
Hi
trainer as
everyone.
well.
Hi, good afternoon, Miss
Hi, good
Bar.
afternoon. How are you?
I'm so good. It's so hot here.
Yeah, same in Malaysia. It's so hot
Ah,
here too.
Hot
It's very
season means that you
rainy.
sell good aircons.
yes, yes. We're though despite the crisis, we're selling good in aircon.
That's good news. It's a good thing. All right, Bar, let's start.
All right, thank you and welcoming us for our webinar today. So today we are going to cover the topic of top 4 skills to stay ahead in retail. So what are these skills and why do we need these skills? Well, retail is a very fast changing and revolving world, industry. So these top 4 skills is important. It's essential for us to stay beyond our competitor, stay ahead of our competitor. So with these 4 skills that we are going to discover today, we are going to prepare you, to prep you to become a better retail and a benchmark in your industry. All right? Are you ready? If you are ready, you can type yes in the chat box. Right? So before we start, let's get to know our speaker for today. So Dr. Cassandra is our CEO in SH Retail Academy. So yes, please, Dr. Cassandra, introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Cassandra, and right here you can see that there are different aspects of my expertise. Today, what we are sharing, especially with the changes of AI that people are talking about, with the changes of how we do things in operation. So, this is where we will share what are the key focus that we all need in year 2026 and how we can do better. And you can see one new thing that people are talking about is sustainability. So, myself, I'm also into sustainability, which is the GRI certified professional certification. So, how we can provide impact to people that we serve and also to the company that we provide our productivity to. Back to you, Bar.
All right, thank you, Dr. Cassandra, for that short and brief introduction of yourself. So now you have know Dr. Cassandra, now you need to know about me as well, lah, right? So my name is Barieah. You can call me Bar for short. I like it how I take the first part of my name, so easier for people to remember me. Like if you like gold bar, you can remember me Bar at the end of it. You like chocolate bar also? You remember me, bar again. All right. So just a little bit about me. I started with digital marketing and social media content creations in the beginning of my career. But however, I find passion in sharing my values, my knowledge to other people, and it gives me this type of thrill and contentment when I share to people, and people actually uh, practice it in their life, you know. Other than that, other than the career that I have right now, I also a breastfeeding and motherhood advocate outside of my career, and this is where I actually gain my first experience in retail. So when you know when I do consultation for this part, you know, I have to establish this relationship, a good relationship with my clients. So this is where my retail experience comes in, and this is also where I apply the top 4 skills that we are going to dive deep today, to maintain the relationship and to stay ahead of other consultants, breastfeeding and motherhood consultants out there. All right. So, are you ready? Now, are you ready for us to dive on what are the top 4 skills? If yes, say yes in the chat box. All right, I'm saying yes, yes, yes. All right, let's move on. So first, before we start to get to know what is the top 4 skills, I would like to ask you, what do you think of we are the new era of AI nowadays, and what do you think how AI is affecting leadership nowadays? You can type your opinion in the chat box. Okay, so nowadays there are since there we are now in AI era, right? So this AI is evolving quite fast, very fast. So from yes, Ronald, it makes everything fast. So now we will see many news currently that how AI is affecting leadership. And this is a headline from Business Insider that say McKinsey new AI leadership is actually moving faster. They are trying to cut down people and while integrating AI into their company. Right? Then let's look at another headline on how AI is actually, I would say, challenging the leadership skill of people. Everything is automation, easier and data driven. Yes, when everything is automated and data driven, people people are not needed, you know. But that's the thing with AI. Do we need people in AI? Do we need people to move AI? So nowadays also we see people would ask, hey, can instead of asking where to eat to people, to friends, they would ask to ChatGPT, they would ask to Gemini. So in workplace, employee also nowadays ask AI for advice instead of their bosses, right? Do you agree with me on that? They would say, oh, I need report on this. Then they would ask AI instead of asking their boss. So that what happened in the current workplace, in the current workforce. So it's quite difficult to actually integrate this AI and how would I say it? And working lah, right, in with AI and work. So as a leader, how do you put yourself in this AI world, and what makes a leader is different in the AI world?
Yeah, Bar, I think it's so true because many of us, when we read the AI news and maybe in our Facebook, in our social media, AI is like keep pushing to you. Oh, have you learned this AI tool? Have you done this AI thing? AI is
Yes.
gonna, replace your job. But is it really true? Because today is here where we want to question this again, and where is the position of leaders now? Because just now Bar mentioned, like McKinsey said, that this AI is flattening organization. It means that organization no longer have this hierarchy, but it start to flattens down. Where leaders go when this staff ask AI for advice or question how to do
Yeah.
this
Yes.
AI. So what makes a leader different than in an AI world? This would be a question to all of us, right? And
Mm.
today we want to share this, what would make it different. So Bar, next
Yeah.
you will share what is the difference that DDI shared to us.
So let me share with you what DDI said about AI. Okay. So here DDI mentioned that when leaders in retail, we have leaders of frontliners and also the seniors leaders. So these leaders are more concerned regarding AI. They actually concerned of are is AI going to replace their job? Are they going to lose their job? So this is one thing that we need to bring forward when in retail industry. So this is the challenge that goes beyond our emotional readiness. So this is where we would like to address. AI is a tools, a new practical tools that a new practical tools that we can utilize to fit our needs, to fit our demands. But how many demands to me, right? So, and here, leader must play role to decide where AI would take place and how to shape this AI. I still remember Dr. Cassandra would always say, with AI, you need to co-create so that AI can be part of you, can be a clone of yourself. So with this AI, we can translate our retail strategy, our work strategy into a better expectations, workflow, and decisions. So it will make our job, our work easier and automated, I would say. And without this co-creation with humans, it will left AI unsure in a limbo, in an ambiguity where we don't know where this AI should fits in our daily work life. Correct? Do you agree with
What's
me?
the thing when
Mm.
when we depend too much on AI? We ask AI, "Hey, what do I do? If this person treat me like this today, my customer talk to me like this, what should I reply back?" We become so dependent, and in the end, we kind of like lose ourselves, especially as leader. And everyone is talking about, have you learned this? Have you learned that? But even if we learn, what about our staff, our people? Yes, AI make everything fast, efficient, automate, data driven. But the question to all of you as leaders is, which new tool are you adopting in your workplace? The concerns is really there, is really relevant. There are anxiety out there, there are job fears that people are not talking about. And rest assured, the thing with AI, even for a lot of industry, but specifically in retail, what we discover in Malaysia Retail Chain Association, as well as the recent talk that I had in NEC, with AI retailers, still 50 to 60%, it is the human touch that makes
Yes,
you
correct.
unique and different. So you got to find out, but these concerns are there because people don't know the frontline people, the promoters, they don't know. They still feel that the personal shoppers will feel that, oh, is AI going to replace me? Is customer going to have a self-service counter? Then where is my role later on? So you as leaders have to reassure them when it comes to the anxiety and job fears here. And when AI is involved, how to reassure them that the workflow is being redesigned, but they are involved as well in the workflow,
Yes,
and
right.
reskill them along the way so
Mm-hmm.
that they don't feel left out. Well, next is leaders in AI transformation then. What is your role in this AI transformation? Well, the first thing is exploration, where I would say that the third point would be the most important one, which is your skill to address the fear and the confusion. So to be able to detect, now you're like detective, you have to detect, who is the one that feel confused, uncertain at work, or maybe sometimes they look a bit lost. Uh, so to assure them to find out what is their concern, that is the very first thing to address fear, especially when it comes to AI. Number two, when it comes to looking into AI, that you want to implement something or make something faster, what is the impact? What is the business value when you are going to implement? So, what is the business value would be important. And very, very important is communicate why AI matters now. Why should we go for AI, or which part that we shouldn't go in AI? How to assure them? Then only we are able to scale. A lot of times people tend to scale too fast without communicating. So it creates a lot of resistance, which then result in turnover. So, and then we are unable to transform. So these are the first details, the first trend that we want to highlight before we enter a video session for all of you, because this video session is important in the sense that leaders is not every day about win, right? There are times that the company face difficult situation like the current energy crisis, or people say the Middle East crisis. So how as leaders you can assure and give confidence to your team members, and how can we be a better leader? So next would be the Shackleton expedition video that I would like to share with you with regards to this one, how Shackleton, because he was the only one that have no case in his members when he is going to Antarctic. So last time a lot of people went off pole, but no one have traveled Antarctica with. So during this time, this is where Shackleton came in, and then you're going to watch how he go through his challenges. It's not about winning, but how do we manage crisis as well. All right. I think we can't hear the video.
Can you guys hear the sound, the video? Cannot. Okay, let me check the setting first. Just a moment. Okay. Okay, let's restart.
Masa tu kerja semua pakai baju. Dia tak boleh pakai t-shirt lagi.
All right, so we have seen how Shackleton actually lead their teams, lead his team. This is an actual leader, a real leader, on how he can laugh but then come back, on how he can make his team trust him, to make his team able to stay alive throughout from the first start of the expedition until the end of expedition. So will there be this kind of leader in nowadays world, in this whole AI world?
Yeah, would you like sacrifice for your team member? Because like for him, right, is the boat already have
Yeah,
crisis, and then he only able to leave the place that they are stranded with the lifeboat with 5 people. So left 23 people there and waiting and waiting. And when they try to go in, 3 times they fail. But you as a leader, would you try again for your team member or will you give up? Because you already survived. Going back there is going into danger again, taking risks again. And that is how a characteristic of a leader, which I feel that like is a wow nowadays. Sometimes the leader that we see is leader that takes credit, leader that is glamour, leader that is using authority. But what exactly is a leader then? And for us, we believe that leader build leader.
yeah.
So, Bara, how do you find that Shackleton is a great leader? How would you apply it at work?
Well, to me, I like it how Shackleton actually um let's get back to the story a bit. So from the start, Shackleton said, okay, let's get across Antarctica. But then the crisis came, the boat got stuck. So instead of pushing to, oh no, we need to go across the Antarctica, we need to get to our goals, he changed his objective. Okay, now the thing is we need to survive, we need to keep everyone alive, be it to sacrifice the penguins, what else? They sacrifice the sea lions, the whatever animals on the ice, including their own dogs. So they sacrifice that to keep those 28 plus Shackleton alive. So I like how this Shackleton man guy changed his objective, instead of about himself, when he can actually go to the small island and never come back, just leave the team and let them die. I
Yeah,
don't know. But he
or
come back.
insist,
Yeah,
yeah,
he
or
come back.
insist to go for the goal. No, 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 we need to go for the goal. Then he will have a lot of death in his team member.
Yeah,
So yes, I know that of course for us, when we lead our people in retail, it's not about life and death. It's more about doing the task right or wrong or meeting the KPI. But when we look at this in the current world that just now even Ba talked about, the AI world, leaders need to address the fear, just the same
yes,
as how Shackleton need to address the fear. That's
yeah.
when leaders need to look into what is the fear going around the retail world recently. So let's move on. In this case, what is the fear? So just now we have talked about the Middle East crisis. Next, is the slide moving?
Yes, we are not talking
Oh,
about the fear in retail industry. We have one that is going on, a very big one, the Middle East disruption. But there are also other fears that's coming into Malaysia. Right? Right, doctor?
yes. So here, I also saw that Philippines, there's also a lot of energy disruption already for
Mhm.
businesses. Here we have the tax, we have the minimum wage all together, and we also have retailers, which is the e-commerce that is selling directly to customers. So us as retailer, where do we stand now? How can we create a better impact? So we need to start putting our focus together in the right place. And I would say that for business to come out correctly, for business to excel and thrive in this retail world today or in this economy today, we would need to definitely first thing first look at our EQ, what it takes to be a great leader. So next we will
Yeah.
show these aspects, which is what it takes to be a great leader. This is from UK, the Center of Creative Leadership, and they have addressed these 12 leadership characteristics. And for me, now than ever, when we talk about EQ, like Shackleton's EQ and today's AI world bringing it together, we would first need to look at number 6, which is learning
Yes, correct.
agility. What makes a leader successful with AI while others struggle? What makes it different? And when we ask a lot of people, the leaders who are different is because they have learning agility. They are curious to learn. And when you are curious, you don't feel stressed. Otherwise, you feel like you're forced to learn, you're forced to change. So, this is the very first part, which is number 6, followed by number 4. Once you have learned something new, the trend that's changing in the market, number 4 will be what is the vision? What is your strategy that you can share to your team? What is the direction that you have in hand? Because only with vision you can do number 5, which is communicate to overcome the fear and the uncertainty in this economy. Now, last but not least, just now Bao also talked about co-creation. Co-creation also means collaboration, means item number 7, the characteristic number 7, because without collaboration, one person can only do so much, but a team can do wonders. How we can do collaboration. A lot of time, the challenge with leader is that we often feel that we can do faster. So let us do instead of coaching another person to do or teaching or guiding. But as long as we don't guide, you will burn out. You will feel tired. You feel stressed. So this is something very important for you to look at, right? So, Bar, how do you respond to crises and changes as a leader then?
I think, Dr. Cassandra, those characteristic that you have mentioned just now, are the great points that we could take when a leader or a person would like to move forward with the changes, especially nowadays AI. Again, I stress it out again, AI, because AI is changing, evolving very quickly. And how do we place ourselves there? So we need to change, adapt with AI as well. So I like how Dr. Cassandra mentioned 4 points just now. So in retail industry, these 4 points actually will help a leader to clone themselves. How Dr. Cassandra mentioned about when you don't coach other people, you will a leader will take it on themselves and it will make themselves burn out. Actually, you can create a clone of yourself. That's why you need to push other, so you can delegate your task or delegate part of your workload to others, and they can become yourself, another version of yourself, which can make the whole team even work even better.
Yes, that's right. So next is for us, for you to think again, how do you respond to crises and changes as a leader just now, as we move from Shackleton, as we move from the current crisis, the current changes and transformation in retail. There's more competition per se. Customers are changing. What do we do then? We want to bring you to your skill, the first top skill in the next slide, which will help us rethink. The first thing is re-strategize. Think about your strategy. How do you monetize your value? A lot of times, what we underestimate is the value that we have in hand. So, how do we look at monetizing our value, which is in the next slide, which is called the value. So this is by Felix. The value stick essentially talks about the willingness for customer to pay. And right here, when we talk about willingness for customer to pay, the first question that you need to ask when you are providing a product or service to customer is, how are you shifting customers' willingness to pay beyond price? Because if we fight in price, cheaper lah, we give promotion, customers will hop from one promotion to another promotion, one brand to another brand. And I think that's very much how online, like if you ship in TikTok, if you ship in Shopee, that's how it works. You just look for the cheapest price, right? And then you buy the one from the cheapest price. But we as retailer, as we move on, we want to be seen as more premium. We want customer to value us. We want to provide that service. So what are the experience, trust, and exclusivity? And I really love it because Benson constantly, your personal shopper, give that experience which is unique, that is exclusive, that creates trust with your customer. So for you, how do you create that? Okay, so this is how do you increase the willingness to pay without increasing the price. Now, this doesn't mean that, okay, now I give more value, immediately I start to increase my price. No, to provide the value first, then to test the market, to trial out, understand your customer. Then number two, how do you balance short-term promotion? That means in your outlet, in your shop, there is promotion. But the promotion attract your customers to come into your outlet already, right? So when they come to visit your outlet, this is where you have the opportunity to create brand equity. So brand equity means that how customers see your brand. Would they love your brand because of your service? Would they love your brand because it's blue color? Would they love your brand because of your song that you are playing or the environment in your shop? So, what do we need to look at is short-term promotion is a window of opportunity to bring the traffic in. But nowadays, shops, physical shops, more than ever, is all about how you create a personal and intimate shopping experience with your customer to make them feel special. Because if they are only there to purchase something, they don't feel connected to your brand, this is where we will face challenges, the value stick, which is talking about. Number three, then, how do you ensure your staff to feel the same happiness or delight that you aim to create for customer? Or suddenly, why talk about staff, not customer? Why suddenly Dr. Cassandra talk about staff? So the thing is, recently I also got to know that, getting staff to be with us at the same team is also the same meaning that when we constantly talk about customer satisfaction, customer happiness, customer experience, we also need to look into how can we create that same level of happiness, staff satisfaction, that engagement level, that experience when staff is in office, when staff is in outlet, do they feel happy? Because a happy staff is a happy customer. So how do we ensure that our staff also have that level of happiness? Otherwise, sometimes, we see certain retail, what happens is that there will be argument between the staff and the customer. So this will be challenging for us as well. And number four, the most important one, if we can do it, we definitely need to do this, because the question is, how do you do more? work smart with less resources, right? So how do you double your total value without expanding footprint or headcount? Because oftentimes we will tend to believe that we need more manpower, we need more product, we need a bigger shop so that we can create that value. But the question to you is, when we talk about, like earlier, the experience, the trust, the exclusivity, how do we create these three things? Because relationship with each other, with you and me, it's not about money. It's something money cannot buy, right? Your relationship with your friends is also something not money can buy. Uh, unless you're spy, but just joking. Buying spy, no spy. Okay, spice are the spice got the cooking spice. Okay, the adobo cooking spice. Okay, so Bar, what is the lesson from Shackleton if we are to bring the lesson from Shackleton to the value stake here? Because the first one is
Yes.
re-strategize thinking about value,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And we want to connect this value with what we learn in Shackleton. What would be the value then?
As I mentioned earlier, I like how Shackleton actually changed their objective from to go across Antarctica to prioritizing the survival of their team. So this is the first lesson that we can learn from Shackleton. And how does this apply in the retail industry? So how does in retail industry we can translate it to how do we as a brand to get trust from customers during crisis. So I would like to highlight one story that happened in Malaysia. Last time Malaysia had a very bad flood, banjir. It had a very bad flood. And what happened was one of hypermarket in Malaysia got uh broke people got broke in into the hypermarket. So what this brand mentioned was, it's okay, they can take whatever they want, I give it for free. So that's how the owner of the hypermarket mentioned. So here the the value of humanity from this hypermarket, they put it above of their sales, their stuff, their things in the shop, in the store. So from here, this brand actually has gained trust, gain it shows this brand has compassion towards human. They put the humanity value above their sales. So this is how um we can take lesson from Shackleton. And I think it is I should mention the brand lah here. So the brand was My Day, and this happened about 5 years ago in 2021, if I'm not mistaken. It was a very bad flood. So yes, this is how we can actually in retail we can actually gain customer trust during crisis.
Yeah, I think it's very relevant because trust are oftentimes we feel that people automatically will trust us. But the
Mm-hmm.
truth is trust need to be earned.
Mm-hmm.
What do we do? What action? How are you the role model, the leader for people to trust you? Yeah. And when it comes to leader, is that when your staff is struggling in their work, sometimes a manager will say, "Oh, I already instructed you. I already show you how to do. So you need to do within this time. Please submit it
Yes.
now." Sometimes this will break trust. So coming back to trust and building that trust requires leaders sometimes to be involved, to coach them, meaning that to be involved, to sit down also with them one time to show them how to do it. And later
Yes.
in long term, they can be independent in the task. It
Yeah.
is the hard way for leaders. It's very hard. It's not easy. But when you are able to build this trust with your staff, this is where your staff will help you bring trust to your customers also. And most of the time when you talk about customers, right? Angry customers, if you are able to turn them around, they are the most loyal
Oh, yeah.
customers. They trust you even more, even more. So constantly think about how can I create that trust, fulfill my promise, and show to customers that we are there for them, show to our staff that we are there for them. Right, Bar?
Yeah. So for a brand, it's not only for the customer but also to the staff. All right. So let's move on to the next lesson that we can get from Shackleton. So you can see on the screen it write redefine compassion beyond money. But what does it mean? So here we can say that in Shackleton, how we can translate this is on how that the crew morale was sustained through the purpose or a recognition of themselves as a team, not only for to achieve their mission. But how are we going to translate this into retail is that on how this employee feels when a crisis come. Is it money that make them um, maintain or stay in that position in that brand itself in that company? So there are some a few companies in Malaysia that actually open the opportunity, give the opportunity not only in terms of money to the staff, but also beyond that. They give recognition in terms of positions. They can grow their career. They can also open their business with the brand. For example, I met this one person from uh, an SME in Malaysia, a small medium enterprise in Malaysia. So what make this person stay in the company for quite a long time? I think about 10 to 15 years is because the company gave the opportunity for him to actually to open a franchise of the same brand. So in Malaysia, there are other several brands that are starting to applying this. So the staff would not only get money being paid, okay, work 9 to 6, then go back to sleep, but they also receive beyond that, the recognition beyond money, flexibility of work and all. So this actually what makes a staff sustain in the company for longer time. All right.
Yeah, I I really like this point makes me think a lot to share with you all because a lot of time at the surface level, we all or we believe we all work for money. But if you take the lesson from Shackleton, it's not only about money. Who would want to risk their life to go on the ship and knowing that you might not come back? And why would you want to follow Shackleton? Who is he? Right? So at that point of time, he's still no one because he haven't reached Antarctica. He's nobody. And how he even select his team member from 5,000 people. He only select 27, you know. So for all of you who are leaders here, you are the top 20% best people of your company because from all the people in your company, you are the leaders, right? And for you to learn from Shackleton is to ask yourself, how do you redefine the company's compensation beyond money with your team members? What is the value, that you talk about to your employees, to your staff member, your team member, and also to your customers. That it's not that they come because of your shop is selling cheaper, but it's because of your brand, it's because of you, your service, or your team member service. So that is really a wow factor for me when it comes to
Yeah.
doing that. In the first place, I don't think I will go out because I will be seasick. The first person that go out, if got seasick, then like that already.
Because
Right.
it's not easy for a leader to choose their team members, the one the very good one team members. It's not easy. So the leader must play the role to choose the correct person to be in their team so that they can actually work together and grow together. All right, moving on to the third lesson. So in Shackleton, we see how Shackleton actually abandoned the ship. I don't think ship is like 100, 200 ringgit, you know. It's a big ship. And during that time, um, I think money is everything. But Shackleton chose to abandon the ship and prioritize the team. Even more, he would actually sacrifice the dogs who are I would say very good at navigating the roads and all, would sacrifice the dog to feed the people. So this is the ruthless prioritization that Shackleton had done in his expedition. So how does this applies in retail? So how does this apply in retail? Is um is on how a brand or a company would prioritize something that is not that seems like, oh, it's okay, this one is not the priority, but by prioritizing this is actually give values to the company. Let me tell you a story of Speedmart 99 in Malaysia, where they actually only, if you notice, they actually open their store near a residential area only. So when they actually open their shop, their outlets in residential area, they actually um I would say focusing on the cost efficiency and people, customer. So with this, they actually prioritize the physical proximity, the closeness to the people, and how they actually sell things on the low price for people to go to them. They don't really go to malls, open a shop in the malls, or open a shop in high high income area. So they focuses more on the lower income, and with this they actually can get a bigger sales because because of this ruthless prioritization. Would you
Yeah,
like to
that's
add anything,
true.
Dr. Cassandra? Yeah.
Recently, also during the Retail Asia conference in Malaysia. So I
Mm-hmm.
think last 2 weeks I went there to the Retail Asia conference, and what was shared there, the question that was asked to retailers is that, are you ready or are you brave enough to face the bad news? Because a lot of retail, when people ask you, how are you doing? We tend to say, good, we're doing well. It's very rare where we will answer that, oh, I'm feeling not so, I'm struggling now. It's rare that we will share with others. So when this question were asked to the floor about retailers, are you ready? Are you brave enough to face the bad news? It means that it's not that when we finally or when we face that impact or crisis, then only we prepare or we act on crisis. Then that is reaction. But at this point of time, if we can learn from Shackleton, is that how can we protect the essential things, our essential team member, retain the team, and bring up customer delight, right? So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes business is very much painful, painful reality lah, I would say. And when it comes to AI, we have to get our staff, get our team members to be prepared as well, saying that maybe our company might put in some budget for AI, for automation. But you as a team member, you as a staff, how can you improve your service, improve your sales with your customer, your experience with your customer, so that when or if there's anything, your performance is good. So to also tell the staff that we are protecting them in that sense. Prioritization. So how do we
Yes.
prioritize in that sense? In this crisis, to share with you what Sinheng have really looked into is exactly like you see here, preserving margin by ruthless prioritization. What are the margins that we can preserve? And Sinheng put in point-based economy,
Yes.
giving all the rewards as coin to our customers. And when they do this, this is where they create customer delight and focusing and prioritizing customer delight. And we have also in sustainability started to prioritize on green rewards. So in green rewards, this is where you will see that we serve the underserved people. We bring in the CSR, the
Mm-hmm.
ESG products for our customers. So we support the people in needs.
Yes. So, another thing to add to what Dr. Cassandra has shared just now, when a company or a brand actually started doing this CSR, is actually bring trust, even more trust from customer to the brand, to the company. Because why? Because we are humans. We have emotion. We have attachment. When we see people do good things, nice things, we'll be like, oh, this person is nice. So when we have this CSR thing, it's actually give a sentiment of we are doing good. We are giving values to people, and yes, customer likes it a lot. All right. Next lesson that we can get from Shackleton is how to create a new value in a crisis. So, again, I would like to highlight on how the expedition actually failed, but I would failed, but it's failed to achieve their original goal, their first goal of going across Antarctica. But one good thing is Shackleton become a legendary. It become a name that everyone know. Because if this didn't happen, okay, let's take a guess lah. If this failed mission didn't happen, do you think we're gonna know who is Shackleton? I think maybe yes, but not as legendary of how he actually dropped the first goal of his mission and actually carried the whole team alive. This carrying the whole team alive thing give more reputational or reputable title value to Shackleton. So how do we translate this in retail? So on how we redefine the success in in the industry. So, for example, on how from achieving sales, only sales, maybe we can maybe some brands turned it into achieving sustain. This is how some brands actually pivot, I would say, transform how they define success. And in Malaysia, we have one brand, Higer, who actually pivot their success or channel their success toward achieving sustainability while maintaining the customer satisfaction. So it's interesting actually to see how a small brand or big brands to cater two goals at one time. Yeah. So I think Dr. Cassandra also have a story to tell about crisis in her life.
Yes. Suddenly, oh, Cassandra's turn to tell a story. Okay, so to share with everyone about this, and it's really uh, close to heart to me. Last year, during May 23rd, when I went for my annual body checkup, I was diagnosed with cancer at that point of time, and breast cancer to be specific. And as a trainer, as a CEO, a lot of people tend to see me in the happy side. That means when things are good, things are well. And how did I take it? Here, I would like to share with everyone how did I take this in my personal journey? Because I am human too, to start with, right? And no matter how this journey was, it was still cancer to start with. So at that point of time, after I got to know during May 23rd, this is where I was in probably in my I have been planning for Malaysia Retail Chain Association, the Women Conference, since January last year. So this was the Women Conference. It was supposed to take place at 26th June. And I was the moderator, one of the moderator, as well as I planned all the speakers and the content, what they would say for this women retail world leadership. I think there were about 200 people, retailers who were present during that time. So um, what I did, of course, some people did give me comment that saying that Cassandra, that's not a wise thing to do because when I was diagnosed at May 23rd, what I thought is let me settle what I need to do first. So I only took my surgery on 30th June. That means it was 1 month later. Then only I went for surgery. During this time, some people said that why do you do that? It's your life, it's your health. Um, some people say that yeah, you still have time. Of course, I did ask my surgeon. I did ask my doctor whether can I wait for 1 more month, and my surgeon said yes. So that was the time where I truly reflected, and I realized that as a human, as an individual itself, coming back to the basic, coming back to being human, you have a choice, and the choice is yours on what you want to do. And when you stick with the choice, you are the person that will be the one who take the risk, who take risk comes with benefits and consequences as a human being, as a leader, as a human being in this case. And when I when I finally went to my surgery, this was the time where I finally realized that, hey, this cancer is real because I can share with you from May until 30th June, I felt that no, cancer is not real. I didn't, there was no symptom, there was nothing from my body that signal me that I'm not well, right? So here this is where I realized that how fragile all of our lives are. We do not know what is in plan with for us because tomorrow is not promised. And right here, you can see this picture from crisis to breakthrough. These are my three radiotherapy therapists. So they're called therapists, and they help me with the whole month of radiotherapy. So during that point of time, I felt very, very vulnerable as crisis And when I felt vulnerable, people say that, you know what, you are a trainer, have all the skills. Why don't you NLP yourself? Okay, so for those that know NLP, NLP is neuro is your mind, what you think, linguistic, what affects what you say, and affects your action programming. So people actually say, why don't you NLP yourself, NLP yourself? And I realized that, wow, when you actually face something or struggle with something, it's not as simple as it is to break through alone. And I have had my mentors, which is in the next picture, both of my NLP mentors, which one of them are German, one of them is Russian. They have been guiding me since the past 9 years already. And when they they warmly welcome me back into their NLP class, which is also as a leader. This is where I mentioned just now, leaders build leaders. Your support system as a leader, your peers as a leader is very important. And to be back to basic, to share what are your concerns, to share what are your struggles with your peer, with your team members is important, because this is where I realize a lot of time as a CEO, which is in a manager position, I realize that we are often required to be confident, to share about the direction, to give the instruction, and we rarely share about our concern, our struggle, or our sadness to our staff because we feel like we cannot. But I realized that when we are able to, this is where even my team members, my SH Retail Academy team members, all of them step up. They were able to perform so well when I was not around, when I was on sick leave. And I was really vulnerable because I thought that, oh no, now that I cannot support the team, what will happen to the company? Would there be problems to the company? Would then not meet the KPI? And I would really say that they have met the KPI, they have hit the KPI while I am not there. That is where I realize the power of vulnerability that you can share through your staff is actually where you finally able to build trust and they're able to trust you as a leader. Because staff also, team member also want to know that you need them in return and how you. So this is where I would like to invite you to share your struggles, to share your concern to your team members, to your peers, because this is very important. Even though you might see me in social media, in different places, different talks where it's a happier side, it's a much more professional side. But I can share with you the reality is that I have so many breakdowns that every single day, there's not one time that I have to pause and pick myself up again and pick my broken pieces up again and again and again. And I would like all of you to be the happiest self of you. And sometimes if you struggle to be able to open up as well. So here, I want to share with you the top skill number 2. Just now is adding value for your company. Now is for you. How do you reset your mind? How do you coach yourself or pick yourself up, lah, I would say, right? So, because I had to take hormone pills. And if you know this one, hormone pills make you a very emo person, emotional. Yeah. So how do you come out of not being emotional, right? So you can't be emotional every day when you go to work. So when I face this being emotional, this is where the first step to really do when you find yourself being emotional, you find yourself being angry, struggle, pause and breathe. That's one. Pause and rethink about it. Put it aside first. When something struck you, a lot of time, a lot of people that react without pausing. But when you pause, there's freedom in there. When you pause, then a lot of people take the wrong action, which is they pause, but they sweep everything under the carpet. They forget. I pause, I go home, I eat, and then I forget everything. So this is where the same problem come back to you again and again and again. So it's cycle. So you have to pause, then re-strategize. Maybe not today. Today you're not in the mood to re-strategize, but tomorrow, have a thought. Uh, re-strategize. What is the one different thing you can do about this thing that you're not happy about, that you're not satisfied about? Because happiness is like the quality of your life. And when you're happy, everything will be good. So then you re-strategize. And the third thing is where I learned from Shackleton. How do you turn pain into purpose? A lot of times when I do my social media recording, my videos in Facebook, in TikTok, in YouTube, I would ask myself, how would I want to advise myself and my friends, all of you, if I can make all of our lives better? So turning my pain into a purpose for everyone. How do you redirect your struggle? And fourth, which is what you see as well, building your support system. I have a very, very strong support system, which is I'm very grateful for. My baby, when I was diagnosed with cancer, my baby was still 8 months during that time. And pausing everything to go to hospital to do the surgery, to do the therapy with my 8 months baby, it's like by the time I feel healthier, suddenly my baby already grow up. From no teeth, suddenly got teeth already. But I'm grateful in that way is that the support is my family was able to take care of my young little daughter. And that is the family side. And my team members, like Bar, like Zima, they were able to take care of the needs of SH Retail Academy. And then with that support, we can focus one thing at a time, focus on the progress. Later, I will share with you one assessment so that you will know how you can motivate yourself and others also. You will have one test later. So we will share that in a bit. Okay, so what is the question that I ask myself during this point of time? So next slide, which is you will see that these are the set of questions that I constantly ask myself, especially in short. So sometimes we feel that this question is a stupid question and we don't want to ask ourselves. This is oftentimes an issue with us. So how we can, like just now, have courage to face the bad news. When you're in shock, in fear, what is it that is scaring you? What is it that's scaring you that you don't want to address? You don't want to say out. And when you know what is it that you are worried about, that you are scared of that's creating the fear, you will be able to find out what do you need at this moment. Maybe at this moment, you just need a cup of coffee or bubble tea. Who knows? It doesn't mean that you need a big change. And at phase two, when you start to know what you need, you start to accept where you are right now and question yourself, what can you control here? In your current situation, what can you control? And how you can reframe this. Reframe this, that means turning pain into purpose, turning your struggle into some learnings, because you learn or you win. In life, we never win 100% of the time. And we have to fail, then only we can achieve something. That is by right. It's the same. Did you know that little babies, they have to fall down at least 50 times before they actually learn how to walk? So, yeah. And have you seen little young ones fall down? They always fall down, right? But as we grow up, we get so scared of falling down. We get so scared of making mistake. We get so scared of failing. The truth is, failing make us a better person. Failing get us closer to success. Every time you fail to convince someone, you know another way that don't work. Yeah. Then also find out what no longer serve me, what no longer serve you. So you can let go of the things that doesn't make you happy to start with. So this 3 question will help you in acceptance and mindset. And I would like to invite you to also really write them down. Okay. Then phase 3 is looking for your support system. Who is your support system? Can you write down 5 people in your life who will be your support system that you can ask for help? So this is the important question you have to have answers to. And when you have support system, how can you connect to these people? Because we always get too busy with what we are doing, or with our customers, or with day-to-day life. We get pushed by our tasks. Every day is not we running to the task, your task push you. Your task push you forward. And the next day, and the next day. So this is the question for you, is that who are these 5 people? How can I connect, take small steps to these 5 people? Then you may experience growth and transformation. Share with you on the growth and transformation. Last time when I do social media video record, when I do syllabus, I make a long list. I don't sleep. I re-look at it again and again and again because I'm a perfectionist. Now I'm no longer a perfectionist because at phase 2, I let go of perfectionist. And I am more of a achievist. I would say achievist. Why? Because we achieve something even though it is not perfect. We just do it. We achieve one thing at a time. We're able to achieve something in our daily life. So it's really different way when you look into transformation. And achieving, when I'm an achievist, means that I can achieve through my team members also. Like Bar says, support system is Dr. Cassandra, Zima, Hazima, our team members, and then her husband, her close friend, and sister. So you have your 5 people, which is very, very good. So these self-questions Right. So next, if we are to bring it after sale, because you are the first person that you have to coach before you can coach your team members. So this is where I would like to share with you retail transformation, retail AI transformation. If you navigate, how do you reset now? Now that just now it's personal about life, but if you bring it into your retail business, into your retail team that we talked about, when you want to implement something, when you want your team to do better, and they resist, they tell you, no lah, I'm like that one. No, it's very hard for me to do this. No, I'm scared. Sometimes I also have retailers telling me their staff tell them that they're scared to do this task, but you in your eyes you're like, why? So phase one, address their shock and fear. Most of the time it is scared. So ask them, what is it that scares you? When they tell you about what is it that scares them, that is where you can have enough information to be their support system. Now it's reverse. You find out what they're scared, and you are their support system. Okay. So what is it that they are scared of? They're scared of being embarrassed. Sometimes they're scared to approach customer. They feel that, it might be embarrassing. They're scared that they will fall behind competition. They're scared you scold them. There are also team member that will say, oh, I scared my boss scold, so I better not say anything. I better not do anything. So number one, address, find out. And most of the time, this one you need to, because it's coaching, you need to bring them aside and ask them personally because it shares out their vulnerability. Like I shared with you, vulnerability. Not everyone will have that equivalent courage, like the question that I asked you, retailers. Are you brave enough to face that bad news? Not everyone has that. So we have to respect that, bring them aside and ask them. Then ask them, what can you control here? What is within your control? Encourage them by sharing their strength that you observe from the workplace and how you can help them to reframe their situation. You observe, you share with them, this is the strength that you can see, and you reframe what else we can do here. So looking at what are the old retail mindset is counting on traffic. That means how many people walk into that. New retail mindset is talking about shopping experience. So shopping experience, customer dwell time, how long customers stay in your outlet. This one your team member must know. I will keep on saying, oh, not enough people walk in store. But if you are able to break through this and create that value that I talked about just now, you will be able to create wonders. So phase three is where you step in. How can you help them as their support system? Do they see you as a coach? You can be a manager. You can be a branch manager, area manager, director, any position. But that position doesn't make someone a leader, doesn't make someone a coach. So the question to you is, how do you help them help themselves? So help them to break through when they take a step. How do we provide guidance to them? Because if a person only advise, and then leave the person be, that is more of a friend advice, not a coach. A coach is someone who see through your progress, who come back and follow up, who encourage you, who support you. That is a coach. Then only you experience the growth and transformation. Why phase four is important? This is important because a lot of times retailers, the team member will share with me, they don't feel appreciated. They don't feel valued as their team member. When they achieve something, they are forgotten. It's like the day is normal. So we as leader and coach, we need to recognize, we need to praise them more often. When you see growth and transformation, how you can practice everyday praise and to your staff and acknowledge them. So that is something very, very important, these 4 steps for us. All right, so next is a scenario.
Dr. Cassandra, when you mentioned regarding small praises, yeah, let me tell you lah, personally, from my side as your staff, actually, I like it when you notice that little things, that little things. For example, oh, thank you for taking out the trash yesterday. For example, it's tiny, maybe not work related, but it gives some sort of acknowledgement, being appreciated. Other than that, oh, thank you for sharing the notes with me from the meeting just now. So those kind of little things, it makes me personally as your staff feels appreciated, feels seen, heard. So yeah, in not only in our in SHRA, SH Retail Academy, this also, I believe this also applies in other retail industry or other companies as well. So this tiny things is important. It's tiny, but it gives big impact. So now let's move on to the next on how certain situation makes us upset.
Yeah, but which one will make you upset? Let's look at the scenario together here. The first one says that this staff experiment a new thing and say that, hey boss, look at this. This is the new AI format. Let me show you. Can we try this one out? And the boss say, no, we don't have time for experiment. Please stick to our normal ways. No time, no time. So or the one at the second scenario says that, hey, let's improve the training room layout for better energy. The training room now look not nice. Well, let's decorate it. Then the boss said, no. It's just a training room. Don't worry. Stop worrying about how pretty it looks and focus on hitting your numbers. So that's the second one. And the third one, everyone is thinking about food, it seems, in the third one. And then the boss said, no, we don't have time for lunch break today. Let's faster grab something or from the pantry. We need to finish this proposal today. So lunch break become 10 minutes. And the fourth one, why you leave 6 p.m. sharp? You're going about the gym. You're going to the gym. If you really care about the team, now you see all the teams. Which scenario? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
This
For
is very
me,
difficult to choose.
for me,
All those 4 situations does make me upset.
for me, currently it's 4 lah, because I exercise 3 times per week, and then there is a timing for exercise. I can get very upset if I don't get the chance to exercise.
Well, for me, I think number 3, because if I don't get to eat food, go crazy already.
It become a
Become a
hangry bar.
hangry, become a
Yeah.
hangry person.
Oh my.
Food
Yeah, so
person.
why we are talking about this, in reality, we want to share with you. Just now we say, even in Shackleton, we say that it's beyond compensation is beyond money, right? So why money cannot keep our team member is in the next slide, where we want to share with you about Reese 16 basic desires. So just now that scenario, is in reality sharing to us that different people have different desire, different wants and needs when they are in workplace and achieving, like just now I share with you, staff happiness, not only satisfaction, happiness with your team under your leadership. So share with me, okay? Share with me which one, right? Which one that you feel that is most, which three perhaps that is most sort of like connect to you, that you want the most out when you see this 16 here. Bar, what do you think?
Well, just now, food number one. Number one,
Okay.
food. Then I think from this 16, I'll go for tranquility. I do value that serenity, that feeling safe, feeling secure, not worried or anxious about things. And other than that, this is quite difficult. I'll
The
go for
next slide will
family.
show more details.
I think the next one will be family. How siblings, daughter. I have a daughter, so to spend time with her, to play with her, is something that I actually do value a lot. So this food, if not food, then become hungry. Even daughter can get scolded. So yeah, then tranquility. You need to feel tranquil. My motto in life is hidup kena tenang. Life must keep calm. Then the third one will be family. What about you, doctor? Maybe you can share your three top desire.
Very interesting. I share with everyone with regards to this. Last time, before I got cancer, my desire was mostly on power. It was
Mm-hmm.
more on power, curiosity, and social status. So if you are to look at the definition here, power, it's more of ambition, leadership achievement, going out there to Malaysia Retail Chain Association, being active. There was a lot of those. So social status, you can see, is on reputation, it's on attention, focusing to impress, like constantly needing to go out there and give talks. It was, and then when it relate to so power, social status, and then which one again? What was
Physical activity.
curiosity? Yeah.
Curiosity. I thought it would be physical activity because in the situation just now, you prioritize physical
It
activity.
was before I got cancer. Before
Okay.
I got cancer, it's power, social status, and curiosity. Curiosity is because of the perfection that I mentioned just now.
Mm-hmm,
I'm
mm-hmm.
super curious that I can learn anything and everything. Yeah, in that sense. So after I got cancer, this is where I realized the importance, and now I would say it's different now. Now my desire is honor. I honor the work of people around me. Honor is the first one. Then I have physical activity. Yes, Bar, you are right. Physical activity is second one. So first one is honor. I realize a lot honor. I get better team members. I get happier people around me. And then the third one is family. I realize how family was there for me. Yeah. Because in the past, I was always the one that take care of other people. I'm always in the
Yes.
responsibility that the one that need to take care of people. In company also, I have to take care of people. So it's never other people take care of me. Even that I was sick, I need to go to hospital every day. I drive to hospital myself every day to get the treatment. So I never realized, oh, wow, actually, I can sit down and depend on my family. Yeah. So that is my realization that, wow, family is actually there. Mm.
However, kan itu
Yeah.
tuh,
So,
I think
mm,
this desire, right? It could be in, I would say, in two terms, in two areas. One is personal, and another one would be in workplace, right? So maybe there are values that you put differently in your personal life and your workplace.
for this one, it applies to both. Yeah.
Hmm.
In the past, people used to say, oh, don't bring your emotion to work. No, personal is personal, work is work. But now you may realize with the new generation, Gen Z, they don't care. They bring personal to work. They bring emotion to work. They bring their whole self to work. You take it or you leave it. So the question to all of us as leader now, is how do you manage, motivate, and make these young people happy in your workplace? And these young people, when they can contribute to you, they can really contribute to you. They're really committed people. They're really creative people. But how we can also transform our leadership style? Mm. So this is what have changed, and SHRA have been transforming our leadership styles. That's why you see all our leaders very young one, young leaders,
Young at heart
because
as well.
yeah, we embrace holistically everyone's strength with us, right? So I think we can move to the third skill. So for everyone here, this practice is for you. Um, New generation. Just now we talk about Gen Z, right? So how does this new generation build the motivation? So we would like to invite you, Bahar, how to do this one, how to do this assessment.
For All right, for this assessment, you will need to scale your level of agreement. Which one do you agree the most with the statement? To yourself, not to other people, to yourself. For example, mm, I like to eat rice. Do I agree? Do I not agree? If you do agree that you like to eat rice a lot, then it's number seven, the most agree one. If you don't really like to eat, you don't eat rice at all lah. I don't like at all. So it's number one. So if you neutral like, oh, can la rice, or another day, or can eat roti, can eat bread. So number four, neutral. So the skill would be one until seven. So that's how you rate yourself, skill yourself. So now let's look at the questions. So the question would follow the 16 desires just now. So here, question number one until number five is the desire of power, independence, curiosity, acceptance, and order. So let's do this together. All right. You can use the chat box. Yeah, you can use the chat box. Number one, I feel motivated when I'm in charge. What about you? I would rate myself at five or maybe six. Yeah. Hmm. Five and six doesn't seem right. Maybe six or seven. Six, seven, like that. If you get what I mean. All right. Number two, I value freedom. I put this at five. Mine would be five. Five, five, six, five. Number three, curiosity. I have strong thirst for knowledge, wanting to learn new things. I put it at six. I'm eager. Last time I wasn't really eager to learn things. To learn, I will like Okay, never mind. This is not beyond. This is not in my. Um, I don't want to know about this. But nowadays, I'm very busybody lah, a bit. Want to know things. Oh, AI is coming up. Oh, what AI? What kind of AI? How can this AI do this, do this? Can this AI do image? Can this AI do video? So a bit busybody there. All right, number 4 is about acceptance. I typically put a lot of weight of what other people thinks and I want to feel accepted. Well, this one is quite personal to me. I think I will put 7 for this one. Moving on to number 5, order. I feel best when everything is organized. Following the system, following the rules. I have a bit of mixed feelings regarding order, because sometimes in life I like to break the rule a bit, but there will be times that I follow strictly the rule. For example, if you drive in Malaysia, you need to wear seatbelt. Never once I took the seatbelt off. Very oddly, but sometimes I'll be like, oh, going to riding a bike, you need to put on shoes to cover your foot. But sometimes I just wear slippers. So I think maybe here I put 5. So my score is now just now 6, 7, and 5. All right. Moving on to the next questions. Number 6 until 7, where we cover regarding saving, honor, idealism, social contact, and family. So when it comes to saving, I feel more satisfaction to find money, to save money, or finding ways on how to spend money more efficiently or gain more efficiently. Number 7, is about honor, being loyal, or doing things morally right. Feels very important to you. This one, like Dr. Cassandra mentioned just now, is very important to her. To me, yes, it's important as well. But sometimes I feel like can break rule a bit lah. So I put it 6. Number 8. Number 8 is regarding idealism. How you see, I would say in short, do you actually embrace the ESG, SDG things? This one is quite difficult to choose. For me, it's 5. And number 9, social contact. I think extrovert will love this one. Being around people, building relationship, talking to people. As an extrovert, I think I'll put this as 4 lah. It's not that I don't really like going out, seeing people, but I love being around my closest people, like in small group of people. I like it that way. The number 10 is regarding family. How raising children or spending time is actually the essence, the things that make you happy. This one is 7 to me. All right. Let's move on to number 11 to 16. Number 11 is regarding status. How do you care about achievement, about recognition, and how people sees you? I don't really care about how people see me, but I want them to see me in a good way. So I think I'll rate it 5 for myself. Yeah. And number 12, vengeance. So for this one, it feels you feel like you have a right to set things right, to 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 repay the other people when people treat you unfairly. That doesn't sound like me. I would usually brush it off. Okay, let it go. So I put it as 2 to me. And next one is beauty. Beauty, the aesthetic part of your life. do you actually values it a lot? To me, not really. So I'm a bit neutral about it. Sometimes I'm okay. Sometimes I let go of beauty. So it's four for me. Number 14, food. Oh, food is my satisfaction. So it's 7. Cannot let go of food. Oh, many of you agree on food, yeah? Many of you agree on food. All right, number 15, physical activities. You feel more energized when you do. Wow, just someone rate 8 for eating, for food. It means food matters a lot. All right. For physical activity, now move on to the physical activity. Last time I don't really move a lot, but nowadays, I try to move a lot more, and it does matter to me. So I think I rate it 5. And the last one is tranquility, where you value peace, not having conflict in with anyone, with your colleague or with your spouse, family. So this one, my rate would be 7. All right. So that's how I write it. That's okay. So that's my skill there. You can see how actually my skill is has a lot of 6 and number 6 and number 7. Okay. So how does this rating that you put actually affect um how you see things, how you value yourself? So this is the way for you to actually determine which of these 16 desires you actually put a big value in your life. Yeah, maybe there will be numbers that have the same rank. So it depends on you how you navigate that. It depends on you how you choose which desire. But yes, there will be like just now we did a top three desires that you value. So that would be the most things. But yes, I think can change, like Dr. Cassandra shared, how her value, her desire change from power, from social context, status, all those things to more towards physical activity. So it can change by time. Yeah. So don't feel I would say don't feel weird or surprised if you yourself change in the future. Your desire change in the future. All right. When we talk about change, um, actually, when we talk about change, as a leader, you can actually bring change to your team, to your team members, to your company. So actually, we have crafted a program for you to bring change to your team and to your company. So this program is called Certified Strategic Retail Manager, which is going to be held on in May soon, next month. So this program is specialized on how you can actually uh, change your team to have a better performing team, as well as on how you can actually put AI or navigate AI into your team to make your task more easier, to make your task more automated and work smoothly. All right. Other than that, you can also make your brand go viral in a different way. Now, with AI, we have AI songs, AI videos, animations. So these changes is what we would like to address in this class. So while navigating this, I would say retail disruption, kan? The retail disruption, the changes with making our brand go viral in the new strategic ways. All right. So this you can request brochure from our team. You can drop message to us. You can text us on Facebook, Instagram. We would love to share with you. We would gladly share with you the brochure to this program. This will take only 2 months with 4 days of attending classes. We also do hybrid learning, so you can be anywhere you want, everywhere you are, and you can attend the class, right?
Okay, so for this one that we are upgrading, we're looking at where you can see there are five certification body, which is from London Examination Board, TAR UMT, Train Gorgie, ACP, and SHRA. So you will be certified as a strategic retail manager. The new skills that we are giving you for this certification will be making a product AI, not only AI, but making our product viral, just like Bar have mentioned just now. There is also AI growth rocket model that will be shared to you. So the strategic side, the high performance building high performance retail teams and the retail AI store performance. These three things, and it's not only SHRE that's sharing with you. In the next slide, you will see that there are professors from Thai UMT. So there are professors, there's Hazima, there's Arif,
Yes.
and there are professors that share on the specific topic and even look into your online platform, your online website, and tell you where are the gaps. How can you make your product viral? So this is a certification program that brings value to you. So thought of really looking at leaders is like I mentioned just now. Now that times have changed, we need to look at agility. What is your learning agility? Because in the next one, this is one more certification that we have from UK, which is RTC program. So what's RTC? RTC is retail trainer and coach. And this is where you would be able to look into the whole journey of your team members, what they need to learn, how they need to learn, how they would be willing to learn. What is the approach to retail training? How do I do OJT, a proper on-the-job training for them? Because retailer, you need hands-on. How they can be committed to you, how you can do the correct trainer style. Because a lot of times you all need to train your own team member. And when you need to train your own team member, these are the skills that we will provide you as a retail trainer and coach. This is a 6 months fully online program, and we are offering now, which is 50% retail excellence incentive. So in the next slide, you will see that we are offering 50% retail excellence incentive, but it's only for those who are eligible. So you can find out whether you're eligible or not. You need at least 2 years experience in supervisory role in leading team and to provide us your CV and how are you training, your current training slide or your current role play slide, because we want you to be good mentors, good coach, good bosses. When you step up to be retail trainer and coach, you will create a better industry, a better ecosystem and community in the retail world. So if you're interested, you can PM or you can text us. Yeah, Hazima have mentioned, apparently and mentioned here, so you can WhatsApp to get the full details, right? Because now only we are offering 50% incentive. Means that this 50% incentive is for those who are eligible, for those who want to be a better coach, who want to deal with these young leaders that we talk about today, right? So next, last but not least, Bar, what is the skill number 4, the fourth skill? I think we have been mentioning it.
Yes, skill number 4 is I would say it's difficult but doable. It's for you to face the hard truth. Because to receive constructive feedback, not everyone is able to do so, but it is doable. it takes courage. If it takes you to be brave to admit your own mistakes, to to agree with feedbacks from others. So because this is the place, the space for you to grow. When people give feedbacks, when people give comments, critiques on you, when you face it, this is the phase for you to grow, to become a better person in life. So this is the most important, I would say, the most important part when becoming a leaders, because not not every time leaders is the right one. People would say, "Oh, women is always right," but this time I change it lah. Leaders are not always right, so you have to be open when people criticize you or people commented on you. Have courage to face it. We are all human. Human are not perfect. So yeah, it takes courage to admit your own shortcomings, your own mistakes. So yeah, face it. You will become better. Trust me. Trust me. Have the courage to face your own demons. The hard truth for yourself. You can be better. You will be better. And lastly, for you, to a message for you to take home is a short quote from Steve Jobs. One good thing that I like about Steve Jobs is how he is visionary. Just a backstory about Steve Jobs. How he is a visionary person. He is a leader that does not stick to the rule very much, but he do things beyond imaginations. So here Steve Jobs said that the great people is the people that can self-manage themselves. So they don't need to be managed. So they don't need people to manage them. So this is what leadership to Steve Jobs is: to have a vision like he himself, to able to say it to people so people around can understand, and to make people to have a common vision as you are. So these people, these type of leaders who have vision, able to make people around them understand, and able to make people to have common vision as themselves, is the leader that can self-manage. They don't need other people to tell them, oh, you need to do this, or you need to do that. They themselves have the initiative to make the work done. Okay?
All right. Thank you so
Dr.
much,
Yen.
everyone, for being here with us. And we hope that you have gained these top 4 skills, right? Number one, re-strategize. Transformation always happen. It always happen, bound to happen. Change is the only thing that's constant. Number two, reset your mind so that we feel happy, you feel okay. So reset your mind is very, very important. Number three, remotivate your young ones. How to get your young staff to follow you, very important. No point that we keep using the same method and get the same outcome. Find new ways to coach your young people, to coach your team member. And number four, it's time to face the hard truth that we are facing transformation right now. So thank you all for being here. Like Bar will do a big love for everyone. We hope that you have a good week ahead and happy week. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh, Zima said that
Thank
let's take
you.
a group photo. Can we have a group photo? Let's open all of our webcam. I wonder if Ken is the Ken that have been supporting SHRA video webinars for quite a while. If Hi,
Mr. Raman. Hi, Mr. Raman.
Thank you for supporting.
Okay, I think Trainer Bar, you can count to three.
Okay, I count and everyone please put number three, three, say three, one, two, three. All right, another one. And one, two, three. All right, done. Okay, thank you everyone for joining us today. It was nice to have
Thank you.
all of you.
All the best to you. You are great leaders. Be the change that you want to see. Take care.